institution. The model of transformation that I seek to promote is one of balance rather than one of mere replacement. So when I see a celebration around the replacement of white people with black people, and that is considered transformation, I don't view it that way. For me, transformation should be a balance of all races, because we consider black, white, colored, and Indian as Africans in particular. So I go from that premise. So VC, do you agree that the current employment equity plan of your institution is racist towards coloreds and Indians?
Thank you very much. Chair, through you. No, I don't believe that it's racist towards coloreds and Indians, but is making efforts in making sure that there is a reasonable balance. We do use the National Economically Active Population kind of framework, and in the region where we are, there are limitations. But we totally agree that it's not, we do seek a balance, but it's not a matter of replacement. But when it comes to employment equity, of course, we do prioritize the prescription, the prescripts of the Employment Equity Act. So we do consider, that's why we count black employees under African, colored, and Indian.
Does UCT see Indians, coloreds, and whites as African?
So it's C.U.T.
C.U.T, sorry.
Yes, the Central University of Technology does see African, colored, Indian as one group.
As Africans?
Oh, as Africans,
yes,
as South Africans, yes.
As Africans, or let me put it this way, as Africans in particular.
Well, as South Africans, yes, as Africans, because they are from here, and we are redressing the imbalances of the past, and so we belong to one group.
Are you sure?
In actuality, in implementation, of course, across the country, it's different views when it comes to that. But we are trying to address it with that view of being equal. But others are more equal than others in terms of the employment equity demands and what's available in terms of the economically active population.
So would you agree that that thinking that you and I have is not reflected in your current policy?
It's not reflected as it is now.
Does that not mean the EE policy is a racist policy against coloreds and Indians?
I still maintain it's not. It's work in progress. The policy is not absolute. It guides. What ends up really proving our intentions are the actions.
Okay, so if you look at slide number 9, your slides show that black employees is Africans, coloreds, and Indians. So in other words, 81.6% should be for black people. We should see an increase in black people. And that black people should be an increase in African, colored, and Indian, correct?
Well, by category, you will see that there are increases for each category compared to the target for each year.
Before we get to the targets, let's agree on the principle first. So 81.6% should be an increase for black employees. And the understanding is that black employees is African, colored, and Indian. So we should see an increase in all three those subcategories of black people.
Correct.
Correct. Now, how is it that for coloreds and Indians combined, it is only 7% representation?
So, as I've mentioned through you, Chair, again, the National Economic Active Population framework that we are using.
Yes,
that's
we've
what
already
we are
agreed
putting-
on.
Yes.
We've already agreed that we don't think it reflects the reality that you and I agree on.
Yep.
But then you take a different route when I ask you, don't you think then it's racist? You say it's not. So now we're delving into it to say that how do you then explain coloreds and Indians are considered black, but in the black percentage, those black people only represent 7%. How do you explain that? Are coloreds and Indians a different black race?
No.
So
through you, Chair.
they're the same black as African.
In terms of, the employment equity and what we're looking to cover as part of our targets, we look at each subcategory, even if they are all under the main category of black, and the increases happen per category.
We'll go category by category now.
Yes.
I want to understand, you're saying that they are the same black. Yes or no? Are they the same black?
Well, they are counted under black, but the numbers are not the same.
So
They
when
can
you say to me in jest that they are counted under black, which you are aware I can see, I'm not sure why you did that now, because my approach with you is in an understanding posture, but you are moving away from that. I'll overlook it for now. So I do see that coloreds and Indians are counted as black,
Yes.
but they only represent as black. They only represent 7% together. Why? Because if they are the same black, then there should have been an equal split to amount to 81.6%. Unless you define them as a different black.
Chair, if I may, through you, I don't think it's really a matter of, looking at the race as such, but it's where are we recruiting people from and who is interested in coming to work at C.U.T.
You know what you're saying now. You're
Because we
saying
do have people, we do have them, as you see, but they just constitute a smaller percentage.
are you
Yes,
saying
we
the
agree.
reason why it's a smaller percentage is because they don't want to come?
That may be, there may be
No, no,
many
no, no,
reasons
no.
that
You're very confident in saying it's not racist. You're very confident in saying that even though it's 7%, they are still black. But now you can't start saying maybe they're not interested. You should know that the reason why it's 7%, it's either because they're not interested or they are. Are you saying that the reason why it's 7% representation is because coloreds and Indians are not interested?
No,
Okay.
I still stand by the fact that the university is not racist in terms of our targets. It's a matter of who we recruit and who accepts and ends up.
Yes, and
taking
who
the
you
job.
recruit is 7% of coloreds and Indians. Why? Why 7%?
That's the pool that applies and ends up getting to take the job. But it's not for lack of attempts to.
So I'm going to repeat again.
look
You are
at
saying the
everyone.
reason why there's 7% is because the pool of coloreds and Indian that applies is that percentage. That's what you're
No,
saying.
it's not that percentage. It's just a matter of who ends up.
Who
getting
you
the
take.
job. Yes.
Who you take. Right?
Well, who qualifies and.
All right,
and the
but who you
interest,
take
yes,
ultimately.
There are criteria, yes.
Who you take. So the amount that you took is 7% of coloreds and Indians.
We've never been in a situation where we've had to refuse Indian or colored eligible people that we are recruiting. So I would
Okay.
say we only take 7%.
Okay, we're going to go deeper now. It would have been much easier if you looked at it in the way that it's reflected there. Based on your reasoning, whites are not black, right? Based on your policy. Whites are not black, correct?
That's correct. It's not just on
Please
my
speak in the
reasoning,
mic,
it's how
VC.
it is.
Just move the mic closer if you don't mind.
Okay.
You're saying white is not black?
No, they don't fall under the black category for employment equity.
Okay. So for employment
the female.
equity, okay, for employment equity, white females
Yes.
are considered previously disadvantaged, but white males are not, right?
Correct.
Meaning, Indians and coloreds are also considered previously disadvantaged. That's why they are considered black, correct?
Correct.
Meaning, white males should be less than colored and Indian because they are the same black as what is considered black, correct?
Not necessarily. It's a legacy issue, where the institution comes from, what the majority of the employees were, and as employees vacate, then in terms of our recruitment, we consider employment equity targets, and then we will make sure that, we make sure that we address those disparities.
Okay, that's a very smart answer, but your presentation doesn't show that. Your presentation shows that the red part shows the target, correct?
Yes.
If that's the case, then your target for white male is 5%. In other words, what you're saying to us is you are intentionally saying that you seek to recruit and employ, you target to employ 5% white people. Nothing to do with legacy, nothing to do with none of that. It's your intention, is that correct?
Yes, that's a target for 2025, and
Thank
then the
you.
actual, that's where it is at the moment.
Thank you, VC. Thank you for not saying not necessarily. It's a direct yes, meaning it's not legacy. Now, according to your policy, white males are not previously disadvantaged. They're not considered black. Coloreds and Indians are considered black. Yet, you target 5% of white male recruitment and colored recruitment, male, colored male, you target 2.2%. Indian male, you target 0.4%, 0.4%. Why?
Again, Honorable Member, this has a lot to do with the baseline from which we are starting. And,
That's not true.
and why,
VC.
yes, there were times when you really didn't have
VC.
as many Indian.
This is how this
males.
happens. Let's
Yes.
make it simple for the country.
Yes.
Don't do that. Be simple for the country. You sit here and you say at the beginning of the year, how much white people do we target to employ? Then you say, white people, 5%. That's how it happens. Forget baseline, forget none of that. Then you come to colored people and Indian people, you say for colored people, we target 2%. Then for Indian people, 0.4%. That's how this works.
Let me just enter. Please close the mic. Let me just assist the Honorable Souls. So what the Vice Chancellor is trying to say is that the university has got 2,000 employees. I'm making an example. And the target of African male, their target is 5%.